Sure. Hi, guys. We're here with the PrefeQ podcast. We're interviewing me, and Romano's going to be doing my interview. Take it away. Did you
Okay,
like that? Was
guys.
that good?
Welcome back to the Prefect Perspective, right?
What is it called? The
So
prefix perspective. What did I call it?
you called it
The Perspective podcast.
right. That's what you call it. But it's the Prefect Perspective
Whoops.
because it's the ideology that guides Prefect Realty as a group and individually.
Correct.
Right. But
Correct.
you had a good start going on there.
You're welcome.
We have plenty more episodes for you to start out.
Anytime.
So I'm definitely gonna leave that in.
Leave it in.
Yeah. So people are gonna
Continue. Continue.
So I will edit this video carefully,
Cut it
but I
out.
think that the way we started it was perfect. So
Great.
what we're gonna do is we're gonna have a jolly old time.
Yeah.
And to start out our happy times, our happy good vibes, is to talk about ourselves. And you might have noticed that there's someone new here. Right? She introduced herself briefly earlier, but this is Closing with Colleen, one of our senior agents here at Prefect Realty,
I prefer the word top agent here.
one of our
Just
advanced in age realtors.
Whatever.
I'm,
I'm not even
I'm
the
messing with you. I'm
oldest.
messing with you. She's younger than me, actually. So I think that it was important to get everybody on this podcast, but me and Ryan had to get our vibe going. So you've seen a lot of us. And now you're going to see a lot of everybody else, right? We're going to call it the Prefect Mix or some crap like that. I don't know. We're going to do something special. We're going to make sure everybody here is involved. That's why our perspective matters. That's the name of the podcast. Today, I wanted to kind of ask, I'm going to start by asking you, how's your day going? How's your week going?
My week so far has been fine. Thank you for asking. It's Wednesday. My day, honestly, the entire day is not bad. It's not a bad day. I've had a couple bad moments,
Oh, okay.
but it's not a bad day.
Now, we value confidentiality,
Yes.
whatever that word is, right?
Yes.
So tell me about one of these bad moments, and you can scrub all the details, because everybody at home wants to know what actually talking about bad moment.
Yeah. So, real estate is not always easy. And a lot of real estate is like managing people's expectations,
Yeah,
providing therapy,
right.
especially if you work with a lot of first-time home buyers like I do. It's an anxious situation for
Right.
a first-time home buyer. It can be overwhelming. So just what's the word for it? I guess managing all of that, right, while you're in the middle of a transaction. So most times I'm very successful at that. Most of my clients will tell you I'm the best therapist, but there are other times where I'm not so good at it. And honestly, I don't think it's me. So we're just going to leave that there and just say I failed as a therapist / realtor today. No, I didn't fail. I did not fail. I don't fail. I didn't fail. I think the situation is beyond my reach and beyond my control. So we're just going to leave it at that.
Right.
I didn't
Okay.
fail.
All right. And what I appreciate about your answer, as much as you're willing to share about the negatives that's going on,
Yeah.
is that, you're sharing the negatives, but you're not making your response negative. And I feel like that's a lot of what we do in this brokerage, is the kind of energy we give off to anyone at any given time is a controlled amount, not because we're trying to be fake, right? It's because everybody at any given time could be going through anything, right? And as much as we deal with clients that could be here or here, right? They could also be going through something.
Absolutely. And then also you can't internalize everything. I feel like when I first started, I internalized every little thing. But there are some things that really just aren't in your control. You cannot internalize it or else you'll be a
Right.
basket case. So again, it was a bad moment, but not a completely bad day.
Right. And I feel like you certainly have, just like anybody else in this group, because accepting rejection, accepting
Yeah.
failures,
You have to.
not really failures around here. We call them half successes, right? Accepting half successes is a part of what we have done as a team to become stronger.
Yeah.
Right? And that's something that you're telling us about, which is great. And now we know a little bit now we know a little bit about what Colleen's been going through recently.
Yeah.
But is there anything you want to share with our audience here that's even beyond that? Because we want to talk about real estate. That's great. That's fine.
Uh-huh.
Who is you?
Who am I?
Yeah.
Okay, let's start. Well, my name's Colleen A. Grimes.
Oh.
I am
Whole government.
Yeah, Colleen A. Grimes. I am a Hartford native, right? Born and raised in Hartford. I did live in Bloomfield I'm not good at math, but for a short period of time. So I feel like
Briefly.
I'm kind of like where the suburbs and the hood meet. Like I'm a little bit of both.
Whoa.
You know?
Currently? Or are you saying Bloomfield?
No, I don't live in Bloomfield now.
Oh,
I live
okay,
in
okay,
Hartford.
okay.
But like me as a person, I think I embody both aspects. Like a little bit of suburbs, a little bit of hood, depends on what day it is. I think so. Maybe some people might not agree.
Oh, okay.
Some people might think I'm completely all suburbs. What do you think?
I think that we should leave it up to the audience, guys. So
The audience
you
doesn't
at
know
home,
me.
if you so far think Colleen is either hood
Me and my pearls.
or suburban, not the car, right?
Definitely not
Please
the
like,
car.
comment, let us know, and I will read back your comments to her next
Oh,
episode
boy.
that she appears.
What?
I make that promise on my name as Romano the Realtor.
Okay, don't
Yes.
troll me. Please be nice. I'm sensitive.
Please troll. I look forward to reading those. So
I'll quit. Please don't troll me. I'll quit.
no, she's not a quitter. No one here's a quitter. All right. So I think that that's great to know. And I think that having a different variety of experiences that make your personality what it is today is also what makes you a strong realtor.
Can I
And-
add something?
You go ahead.
Can I add a fun fact?
Yeah.
I actually went to 8 different schools growing up. 8
8.
different schools. Yep. So when I was growing up, that was when like CREC started out and magnet schools were just starting to bud.
yeah.
And my mom has always been really big on education. So she was just always trying to put me in the next best school, right? So literally, I went to 8 schools,
8.
which
It's a lot of schools.
it has pros and cons, right?
Right.
Because like I guess I learned how to make friends quickly, but I also didn't because as quickly as I made them, I was
gone.
going to a different school,
Right.
right? So, and you have to start all over. But it did help me in terms of like people skills,
Right.
because you have to sink or swim. Always a new girl.
Always a new girl, right?
Yeah.
And I'd imagine in that situation, you don't have enough time to make memories. But then again, the memories you make, they last because that's a new start every time. It's just like interviews, right?
Yeah.
You're interviewing your friends that you also then have to be like, bye guys.
Yeah.
So do you remember something wild that you've gone through?
In school,
Yeah, when you're 8.
okay. I was thinking about this today.
Uh,
This is embarrassing. It was in 8th grade.
okay.
Okay. We went on a trip to Camp Jewel. You know Camp Jewel?
I don't know Camp Jewel.
So it's a camp. It's an overnight camp. They have ropes courses, and it was like a trip that a lot of kids went to back in the day, right?
Right.
So it was an overnight trip. I think it was like a weekend. My mom only let me go if my aunt chaperoned, and my aunt was young. She was like 19 at the time. So my aunt chaperoned. She was a cool aunt, whatever. We get there, and I'm kind of miserable. It was raining. I had like, my hair wasn't done. My aunt put some cornrows in my hair. It did not look good. We're leaving. I'm ready to bounce. And we're on the bus, and we have suitcases. So my parents, I just had a huge suitcase for no reason. It was a weekend trip. I bought the biggest suitcase. It was like the suitcase going back to Guyana. Obnoxious.
Yeah, you got a large.
Yeah, huge suitcase. Then, so the bus driver opened up the back doors
Right.
to, so everybody can bring their suitcase out back. So I'm moving. I'm trying to get my suitcase out back. This girl, she was like, move your suitcase, because my suitcase is big. So she pushes my suitcase. It pushes into me.
Ooh.
I fall head first on the pavement at the Jamoke School building. Yeah. And like, I feel like I blacked out for like 3 seconds. And then I got up and I just started crying. And then all my friends were laughing. They weren't really my friends. That's not nice. But they were all laughing. Yeah.
They're fake.
You know, It does make for a good story. If they heard this now, they will all start laughing again.
Yes, most
Yeah.
likely.
And it would just suck because I was miserable and I had my cornrows and I just didn't look good. And then I
Mm.
hit my head and it was just a whole thing. And like, yeah,
Yeah, no, that sounds terrible.
it was
I
awful. Yeah.
wouldn't want to go through that.
Yeah. Very
But you
embarrassing.
made it through.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what matters.
Mm-hmm.
Just like you're going to make it through this week,
Yeah, I hope
right?
so. There's no other option. No other option but to make it through.
Right. You don't have any choice but to make it through. And that's a lot of real estate.
Yeah,
right?
literally.
That's a lot of real
all
estate.
real estate.
So in saying that, right,
Uh-huh.
let's dig a little bit more into what makes you the realtor you are, right? It probably by the time we put this out, right, it's gonna go before another episode that I don't want to spoil anything for, but we have a lot of realtors here from a different variety of backgrounds,
Yeah.
who specialize in different things.
Yeah.
I personally say I'm an investor realtor,
Yeah.
right, because I just love working with investors. What do you think you gravitate towards?
First time home buyers. That's my population. That's
Okay.
Most of my clients are first time buyers. Yeah.
Why?
Why first time buyers? That's an interesting question. I feel like when I first started real estate and I started marketing myself, I marketed myself to buyers because that was, to me, that was the only option at the time in my brain. And then I just kind of just, as I learned more about the process of purchasing a home and how to go through it, I continued to market myself in that way. And my clients came because of that. So like, on my social media page, like I have the Tip Tuesday. The majority of those tips are targeted for people who don't have extensive education on purchasing a home or property conditions.
Right.
Or like I'll have a Move Monday. Well, that's kind of weak right now, but my Move Monday segment, it's about purchasing in different towns in Connecticut. So
Right.
Marketing myself that way on social media, it just helped buyers to come to me.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you got your Tip Tuesdays.
Yeah.
And you got your Move Mondays.
Yeah.
Move Monday ain't really moving right now.
It's not moving right now.
Right. But we gonna get that moving.
We
that's
will.
That's a separate note.
I
We'll talk
promise,
about that a
guys,
little
we'll
bit.
get it moving.
But Tip Tuesdays, right?
Yeah.
What was your inspiration? You said that, educational material
Yeah.
for first time home buyers. But what do you hope that Tip Tuesdays will achieve?
So I feel like for me as a person, I learn best. Well, I need to be educated on anything, right? So I need like short snippets of it. And because like when you purchase a home or when you're thinking about it, I feel like there's not a lot of information out there in an understandable way. So my goal of Tip Tuesday is to make it very understandable, very basic, and just allow people to say, okay, now I know something else. I have a nugget of information. Just quick little tips to help people,
Yeah.
purchase a home.
And that's important.
It is.
In this, what I call it? I would say a shitstorm of information.
Yeah.
Most of it not useful.
Because people say anything on social media.
Right.
And they say a lot of nonsense. A lot.
So it's important to have a professional in your circle
Yeah.
willing to share these pieces of information.
Absolutely.
And you'd say that's also a similar undertone to Move Monday, but it's more about
The town,
Right.
yeah, or like what's fun to do in certain places, things like that. Because I feel like Connecticut gets a bad rep too. Like people feel like Connecticut is
Terrible rep.
boring. I don't think Connecticut is boring. Maybe because I've only lived here, but I don't want to live anywhere else. Connecticut's nice. There's so many different little towns and different things to do. I like Connecticut, and I want people to like Connecticut too.
for the sake of those haters of Connecticut.
Yeah,
So you're saying you just love the fact that when it snows, it's like terrible.
I'll take snow. I'll take snow. Look at those other towns they got. You think I want a hurricane? Like I will shovel. I
Oh,
mean, I
wow.
hate
Okay.
to shovel, but like I'll do snow. Like
You'll-
I don't.
you'll
We don't
snow.
have any like major natural disasters.
Yet.
Our hurricanes are literally like a little bit of wind. Maybe the patio table will fall over.
Let's
That's it.
Hold on. As a realtor, right?
Yeah.
Let's not generalize that because there be
true.
some people in the backwater Connecticut that get
That's true.
landslides because of the rain.
That is true.
We see you.
yeah,
we recognize you.
We understand. We're here.
But
for
really,
you.
it is a little bit of rain. I'm sorry.
A little bit of rain, a little bit of wind. Ooh, hurricane warning.
Right. So Move Monday
Yeah.
in its final form will help you understand don't buy that house on that hill with soft soil, right? Because you're gonna be cooked otherwise. You know, you're gonna be fried. You're gonna be jerked like some jerk chicken.
Wow.
I kind of really want some jerk chicken right now.
Pause.
What you mean? Yo. Anyways,
Had to.
anyways, I guess fish and chips is probably a preferred food. I won't get a pause for that.
Fish and chips, no, you won't get a pause for that.
Oh, but talking about fish and chips, you big on travel?
I like to travel, yeah.
What's your favorite place you've traveled to so far?
Dominican Republic. I love DR. I love DR. Yeah.
Why do you like DR?
Because it's like, this is going to sound so bad. You know, I don't have to say it. It reminds me, like, the thought came in and I realized, like, I don't have to say the thought that comes straight to my head.
Yeah, that's
true.
true.
I can hold it back.
But you could.
I might
everybody at
not.
home.
I don't want to, I'm not going to do that.
Okay.
DR is nice because there's beautiful beaches. Cost of living is really low.
Oh, okay. That's
if
real
you're
nice.
coming in with American dollars, you can like live so large.
Living big.
Yeah, with American money.
With
What
the
else?
USD.
I don't know. I like it. It reminds me a little bit of Guyana, but you know, I don't have family there in DR. And I love my family in Guyana a lot, so I don't know. But yeah, it's cool. I love DR. DR is my favorite place. The weather's beautiful. My skin, it always thrives when I'm there. Like, my skin is, like, gorgeous there, you know?
Okay. I just get darker.
I get, like, darker, but, like, I'm, like, sun-kissed. Like, it's just, like, the most beautiful melanin glow. When I look in the mirror in DR, I'm like, oh, who is this beauty queen, you know?
So you trying to say you look like a glazed chocolate chip cookie?
A glazed chocolate chip
'Cause
cookie?
it
Have you ever had a
sparkles.
glazed chocolate chip cookie?
Yes.
A glazed chocolate chip cookie.
A glazed
Where did you
chocolate
have a
chip
glazed
cookie.
chocolate chip cookie?
I ain't had it yet, but I'm gonna have it.
Because, like, I'm pretty sure, I mean, it can exist, but who wants all that sugar? I feel...
No. We're going down the death trap
yeah,
here, all
it
right?
is.
But the point of me asking, right, is because everybody's always wondering, why is the house down the street worth $300,000 when it's not a house in DR, right? Why is the DR real estate a lot cheaper compared to the U.S.? Like, help someone understand why they can't get a house for $10K compared to a whole other country, right? Or a whole other time in the U.S. history versus now.
Okay, so you're saying right now, why are homes pretty much more expensive than they've ever been? Is that what you're asking me? Or you're asking, well, I can't tell you why they're more expensive. What I can tell you is that interest rates they're not even high. People say like interest rates are high right now, but they have been higher historically. They have been higher.
Right.
Right? Interest rates are mid six right now. Approximately mid six. Purchase prices are continuing to get higher. But all I gotta say is to people, and this is my bad moment speaking, but if you want a house, get the house. Like, I feel like people complain a lot about prices being astronomically high, interest rates are high,
Right.
rent is so expensive. But if you're gonna do it, just do it, and if you're not, just shut up. Because guess what? The purchase prices are gonna get higher. They're gonna get higher. I'm sorry. I have been in real estate for 3 years this month, and I remember my first property that I sold was $129,000. I have not seen a house since then listed at that price in a comparable condition where somebody can get in with an FHA loan. I haven't.
Right.
I haven't. And guess what? I'm not going to see it again. So if
Most
you
likely
do
not.
want to buy a home, buy a home. If you want to complain about the purchase prices of homes and the interest rates, don't buy a home, and please don't come to me. That's it.
You heard
Are
it
you
here
gonna edit
first.
that? Please edit that.
We're editing nothing.
Oh my- and I say that with kindness. Like, I don't say that with like, don't come to me if you don't have any money. That's not the energy that it's with. It's more like, what is the energy that it's with?
It's
I
being
feel-
practical.
Being practical, right? Being practical, adjusting to where the market is. It isn't realistic to find a property for $80,000 and your mortgage is going to be I don't know, $900. Those times are gone. And I feel like people need to seriously let that go. You're also not going to find a property with a mortgage of $1,500 unless you have a significant amount to buy down the loan that much. If you don't have that and that's not your circumstance, that's okay. If you're serious about your goal of home ownership, get the house. And maybe, just maybe, interest rates might go down in 5 years, 10 years. Maybe you can just refinance. Most home buyers do it. Most home buyers refinance at least once before in their once they own the property. It's what
Right.
is it? Marry the house, date the rate.
Yeah.
Yeah, marry the house, date the rate, right? So you're not locked into that mortgage price. You're not at all. But also, if you have a goal, just do it. That's it. Don't complain about
Just
it.
do it.
I don't know if that answered your question, but that's my
Um,
little rant.
yeah, I mean, that was certainly sufficient. Just to Nike though, if anybody from the company sees this, this is not, we're not taking it. We're not taking your tagline. Don't sue us.
Who?
Nike.
Nike?
Check mark.
Why'd you call it Nike?
Because I wanted to.
Oh, okay. It
You
confused
tomato
me.
tomato.
I just didn't know what you were talking about when you
Aluminum
said
aluminium.
Nike. Who says that?
Me.
Okay.
I'm Yee.
Okay.
I'm kidding. I'm not Yee. Oh my God.
Zero.
Yeah, no, I don't want to get in that kind of
Please
trouble.
don't. I don't know if you should post that.
What?
My rant.
Don't even worry about your rant. Don't worry about your rant. I think that
was a lot.
there's-
I'm sorry, guys.
No. Don't even worry about it because that's what we all about, right? So you really got to break it down, and sometimes you got to, bust the door off the hinges and then fix it and be like, hey, look, here's an opportunity.
Yeah, exactly.
Door is opened, right?
And I think that's part of what we do as realtors too. We
Yeah.
manage people's expectations. We give them the information that's out there,
Mm-hmm.
and then they have a choice to say, okay, yes, I want to do this, or no, I don't. But at the same time, I feel like someone who doesn't purchase a house because they're nervous about where interest rates are now or the purchase price, I do feel like you're doing yourself a disservice, because at the end of the day, owning a home is an asset, and you want to have assets, right? You want to have something to your name, right? If you ever were in a jam, in a financial situation, and you needed something, you can, guess what? You can sell your home, right? If you don't have a home, what are you going to sell to get some money? Your car? That sucks.
Yeah.
Why
No,
are you
that wouldn't be
closing your
fun.
eyes? Am I supposed to talk to the cameraman?
Well, this is we got Ryan behind the camera. That's who we're talking to. If you guys are wondering, Ryan is probably off a 12-hour shift.
He's just
So
animated, and
he
it, like,
he
stresses
living
me
off
out a
coffee,
little bit.
right? So that's who is behind the curtain,
I just
guys.
feel like he has something to say.
It's not a wizard. We don't have a wizard here.
Do you have
okay.
something to say?
No.
Okay.
You got a question for us, Ryan? You got a question for Colleen?
Well, Colleen, you were recently in your Tip Tuesday doing a video
Inspection?
on inspections.
Yeah.
How do you feel about inspections? Was the importance of
Yeah.
an inspection, and
I
should
think-
everyone get one?
Yes, I think everyone should get an inspection. Most people should get an inspection, unless, like, the only way that I wouldn't recommend that or wouldn't push it is if you're a contractor or you have, like, a strong background in property conditions. You do this for work, because at that point you can walk into the house and you can pretty much inspect it yourself, right, when you're there. But if you're the average person, especially a first-time home buyer, I recommend inspections. For two reasons. Well, the main reason is I'm not an inspector. I can tell you what I see. Like, I can be like, oh, there's water staining right there, right? Oh, there's a little bit of wood rot. I can do all that. But any type of latent defects, meaning the things that I can't, to my naked eye, I can't see, my untrained inspector brain, I cannot speak to that, and I never will. You want an inspector to, show you the things that I will miss. So inspections are important. I think in that video, Mark was on the roof. So he said from ground level, the roof looks decent, right? But when he got up there, he saw that there was a nail that was kind of popped. And then he stepped on that area a little bit more, put down pressure.
Right.
And he noticed that it was soft, right? So that told him, there might be a potential leak here. Something's wrong. I'm not going on top of a roof. I'm not. So And
I
we
would.
cannot figure that out if we waive the inspection. And if you buy a property and you're in that property and you see it, you're going to be very upset if we didn't know that. So I do feel like inspections are important. They are costly, but again, education and making an informed decision is super important. So get an inspector.
Right. And that's generally a part of the initial conversation we have with pretty much
Yeah,
any of our clients.
any of our clients,
What are
yeah.
you comfortable with? And there are some people who are comfortable with waiving the inspection.
Yeah,
I've
because
done
of their
that
background.
before.
Yeah.
Right. I've done that before. They see the property, they see what comes back on the report if it's informational only, and they're like, all right, this is already waived. I don't really care. Like, you know?
Right.
So it's a variety of reactions, especially
Yeah.
from a client's perspective. It's like, if you're dealing with us or any professional, understand that what you communicate to them is what they should be operating based off of.
Right.
So don't be surprised if you say, "Yo, I don't really want an inspection. I don't want to bother with that. I feel like it will hold up a deal." And then you get a deal negotiated out with no inspection included, and then your great granduncle pulled up and said, "Yo, you didn't get an inspection. What's going on?" And suddenly you feel a little bit of heat. It's what you wanted.
Yeah.
You know, of course, a deal can be terminated at any step. Generally, you might be liable to lose your deposit. There's a variety of repercussions. We will deal with that when we get to that step, right? If you want to buy a house with me, me, right? Anyways, we can deal with that. We got you. That's not a problem. So thank you, Ryan, the wizard behind the
Thanks for
curtain,
asking
for
that.
that question. That was perfect.
Yeah.
So I wanted to use that to kind of bring this to a close because again,
I was having so much fun.
you were having fun.
Yeah.
Okay, then what
I enjoyed this.
Matter of fact, you got a question?
Do I have a question for Romano Tucker? What's your middle name?
Undisclosed. No, it's Maxwell.
Oh, lovely. That's a lovely middle name. Romano Maxwell Tucker. Very strong name.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Serious question for
Might as well say
Romano.
my social too.
What's wrong? What do you guys have against middle names?
No, you just giving out the whole government.
But what's wrong? Okay, yeah, I get it. You guys are you had that segment or that podcast about fraud. Like Ryan.
Good plug.
Ryan, literally, I should have, I listened to your podcast, and stupid me, I got a call today, 860 number. And I'm like, hello, this is Colleen. Nothing. Hello? And in my brain, I'm like, Ryan said not to do this. Like, they're picking up my voice.
Yeah, but at least you didn't say yes.
I didn't. The whole time I was just like, hello?
Yeah, but
Hello?
that's bad too. I don't trust
Her identity.
I
is
should have
gone.
just not, everybody has my voice now. So if you hear a call saying, hey, this is Closing with Colleen, send her $5,000. It's not me. It's not me, I promise.
So
Are we really ending?
no, I mean
I can talk for days.
you can talk for days, but people can't watch for days.
I
We
think they
can't
will.
give all the magic away in one episode.
I
It
feel
would
like
be
they
a
would watch. Come on,
disservice.
it's me.
It would be a disservice. So
Aw.
unfortunately, we got to bring this to a close.
Aw.
And that was a great note. We do got a podcast. We do have a seminar coming out about fraud. Most likely by the time this gets published, it might be very close to or would have already passed. So please look out for any other seminars or informational gatherings that we might be holding. We always got your best interest in mind.
Absolutely.
We are a team of, what I said, boutique before. No, we're professional realtors who can get the job done, and we're going into the mass market at some point.
And we're always here in your corner. Please ignore the things I said about just buy the house. Yes, just buy the house, but I didn't mean it with ill will. That's all. I feel bad now.
You're still ill will. Anyways,
feel
guys.
bad.
So thanks
I
for
had a bad
watching.
moment, guys.
Feel free to like, subscribe. I will be putting all of Colleen's information in the description. So if you want
Purchase
to
a house
check out
with
her
me.
content,
Closing with Colleen.
if you want to watch Tip Tuesday, Move Monday, whatever she got publicized, of course, we're supporting each other as a team. Please check her out. Like I said, we'd love to hear from you. All right. Have a good night.